to the schedule. I'm going to take that little schedule. Everybody might have got one right there. I just want you to know that's the varsity schedule that you see. That's not changing. All right? Now, you also see JV dates on there. That's JV dates that are only scheduled at the same time the varsity dates are. That's why you only see that. There is not a JV schedule finalized yet, okay? To tell you kind of where we are with that, all of these district games down here, they got JV dates with them. Now, whether or not we move some of them to where they're JV, then varsity. Give you an example of where I am. If you're a varsity guy, this schedule's not changing. Okay? And the JV dates are there. But all the individual JV and freshman dates, you don't have. To show you how crazy it is right now, this is what happened today. Coach, you left the office and all of y'all left the weight room. Since then, if you got a pencil or a pen and you got your schedule, since then I'm going to tell you what's been added to the JV schedule since y'all walked out of the weight room today. February 4th, there's a Springfield JV scrimmage at Ponchatoula at 5 o'clock. February 4th, we're going to scrimmage the Springfield JV at Ponchatoula at 5 o'clock. February 24th, we're going to play the Franklinton JV at Ponchatoula at 5 o'clock on February 24th. On March the 8th, we're going to play the Springfield JV in a game at Ponchatoula at 5 o'clock. And at the very bottom of your schedule, you have April 19th, Hammond. We're going to play a 4 o'clock JV with a 6 o'clock varsity at Hammond. And then on senior night, there's a 4 o'clock JV with a 6:30 varsity game. That was added since they left the weight room today. That's how the JV schedules go. The varsity schedule you got and everything that I just read out was definite JV adds. In a few days, Coach Caswell's going to have a JV schedule. He's going to print it out and I'm going to be able to give it to you. But I wanted you to see where we are with that. The ones that are tied in with the varsity games are already on here. And I just called out some ones that were added from 3 o'clock to 5:30 before I came here. So with the schedule, if you got any questions for that, I'll be glad. They're quick to put stuff on the internet. I know the website had a schedule, and then I knew it was wrong, and I gave them another schedule. So don't put too much stock in what you see. Give it a couple of weeks, and we'll go from there. What have we done lately since August? We've been working our guys, getting them bigger, faster, stronger, doing all those things, and really, I'm very pleased with where we are. I wish we had a little bit more reps with the throwing. I wish our pitchers would have got a little bit sore and would have got pushed a little bit harder. That's my concern. I think we might be a little bit behind schedule with our endurance on the mound and all, but we're going to try to catch up. Okay? So physically, I'm very excited about where we are. We got the new guys that just came in, the Reeves and the Smiths and all the new ones that just joined our program. They're going through a stage that is different than what they've been used to. The ones that have been here since August, I really like where we are right now as far as our conditioning and getting ourselves ready for what's in front of us. Moving on to the fact that now where we are now. What do we got going on right now? First of all, that raffle, that fishing raffle that was donated to us, tremendous. Thank y'all. Everybody that participated, thank you. That raffle brought in a little over $5,300. Okay, that was deposited into our account. I was able to take money out for Kevin to give for gas and bait and what we owed them, and we were still able to profit over $5,300 from that raffle. Okay, so thank y'all for that, players and parents. All of you were involved with it. All right, with that said, what's going on now? Well, now is when we're ordering everything. We're getting ourselves ready for what's in front of us. And the fact that we're ordering everything really gets us into what we have to pay out and a lot of that. Before we start, I know if I'm a one-sport player, if I only play, Colin Husser only plays baseball, he should have came home with one of these pamphlets. Okay? LJ, he didn't come home with one because he was on the swim team. He filled it out for the swim team. Inside this pamphlet is all your eligibility papers. If you're a one-sport baseball-only player, this has to come back to me as soon as possible. And every page on there has to be filled out completely. Okay? If you're a new guy, like Colin Smith and Reed and Elijah Blackwell, and I'm buried with the new guys that were not a part of our 7th hour program, there's a page in here with a physical. You have to have it. All the ones that were in our 7th hour program or played another sport, they don't have to. The ones that played another sport, they didn't even get one of these. But everything has to be filled out. And in there is a $20 athletic insurance fee. Every player, LJ paid his in swimming. Nolan paid his in football. They didn't get it. If you're a one-sport player, you have to pay that athletic insurance fee. What that does is that covers everything your insurance won't cover. So when Nolan tore his ACL and had to have surgery, everything that Shannon and I's insurance wouldn't cover, the school's insurance picked up. Okay, and it costs you $20. If you make the check out, make the check out to PHS High School. That's fine. Now, most of them go to baseball, but that's not a baseball thing. That's a school thing. Okay? And if you didn't get one of these and your son's a one-sport player, you need to ask him why. And I got more copies. I need to get that back. If it's cash, that's okay. Just put on the envelope the name of the player that you're turning the cash in for. And get that in to me as soon as possible if you're a one-sport player. That would be great. Equipment orders. Well, this is what we order for every player in here. They get a white pair of pants, which I am going to go with the elastics so y'all can keep them up. Gray pair of pants. They get a hat. They get 3 shirts. They get the short sleeve shirt, which we developed a new logo. I'm not going to tell you what it is. We developed a new logo. Got a short sleeve, one of those, what do you call those shirts? Shirts, Under Armour. Well, I don't know what they're called, but anyway, then you get the 3/4 sleeves, which we changed the color on, and I'm not going to tell them that either. And then we get the long sleeve shirt. Everybody gets a belt, 2 pair of pants, the socks, and you get a pair of turfs and a pair of cleats. Okay? Last year, the bill came out to about $327, $330 a person. This year, because our kids are spoiled, and I'm getting these new up-to-date fashion-type coaches, everything went up. Everything went up. The cleats went up, the turfs went up. We can't have this color. That don't look good. We got to have this. And I'm dealing with it, okay? I'm dealing with it. I'm making the best of it. But it's ungodly about how much this costs. In a perfect world, shouldn't have to pay for your kid to play ball. I ain't been here that long. I got cut. I only got 14 games last year. I haven't been here that long. Give me a chance, okay? I'm trying. But right now, we're not there. We're not there. So I have to have an equipment fee, okay? When I got here, that equipment fee was $175. That's what you paid when your oldest boy played baseball. You wrote a check for $175 and he got his stuff. I didn't change that. It's still $175. Okay? Even though it's $20 higher on the cleats and turfs, I didn't change that. It's still $175. And you pay that in a check or cash. If it's cash, put it in an envelope and put Cole Landry equipment fee and turn it into me. If it's a check and you got your name at the top, it only gets me messed up when your last name don't match the player's last name. When you understand what I'm saying? So if your last name on the check is the same as the player's last name, I'm cool with that. If it's not, then I need you to go down on the bottom left-hand corner and put Nolan Scribble's equipment fee, just so I know who that goes to. Okay? Now, $175 per player. That comes out to 35 players. Comes out to $6,000. I received a confirmation order today for 80 pair of shoes, Nike shoes, 80 pairs. I bought for your guys at $4,385. That's, you see what I'm saying? So I'm just expressing this to y'all. Understand why we have to do that. I don't want to, but we have to. So that $175 equipment fee, if you want to turn that in tomorrow, that's great. If you want to turn it in the next day, that's great. If you want to wait a week, that's great. If you want to wait until the first of the month, because teachers, Jen and I don't get paid until the 26th, whatever you got to do, whatever you can get that in, you get that in to us. $175 equipment fee, and I promise you your son's going to get well over $350 worth of stuff. That's a requirement that I have to have. Okay? Checks payable to Ponchatoula High School baseball. Now, Ponchatoula High School baseball can't support this program. It's too big. It can't. We have to have a booster club. Without our booster club, we can't fund what we do. For example, we feed our team every time they go on the road. You leave your kid with us. He gets on the bus at 1:50. He goes to the park. He does what he's got to do. He gets on the bus and he goes to Franklinton and he plays and he gets home at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. We're going to feed him. We're going to take care of him. And our booster club does that. The school, Coach Tribble, Coach Caswell, Coach Gardner, Coach Carr, and Ponchatoula High School, we're going to pay for everything that you have to have. Our booster club pays for all the things that make our program special. Okay, the things that we do for our guys. So with that booster club, I'm not going to get into that too much, except for the fact that you need to be a part of it. You need to get involved. You might not be able to work real hard physically. You might not be able to dedicate a lot of time and all, but you need to be a part of it, know what's going on. And there is a requirement for me. Every player, we do different things in our booster club.